Let me ask you this. Over the last month, the last 4 weeks, when good things have happened to you, have you disbelieved them? This is the energy update for the 11th to the 17th of May. I'm Daisy, and this is Spiritual Mixtape. So before we get into the update today, let me talk to you about disbelieving the good things, because really, really good things are coming over these next 2 weeks. And if you're already sitting there saying, no, they're not for me, then this is 100% for you, if that was your gut instinct there. So put it like this. Have you cried when exactly the outcome you've been planning for arrived? Or as the puzzle pieces have been falling into place over the last month, so mid-April to now, have you said, oh, this just feels too good to be true? Did you wait to celebrate the good thing? The thing that you've been working for, the thing that you've been looking for, it's arrived, but you decided, you know what, I'm not going to celebrate that because just in case it doesn't happen. This is the final moments of Chiron in Aries. That's you not accepting your worth and value. I could have been crying from happiness, but I also could have been crying from the part of me that still doesn't believe in my value. This happened to me last week. I had a very, very big and emotional cry on Saturday because I'd worked really hard for something, for exactly the outcome that arrived. Yet part of me was surprised it was there. Why am I doing this if I didn't know that that was going to arrive? Am I just working really, really hard to fail? Because success is actually more scary. It's so important before this new moon this week that we plant seeds from a place of whole worth and value. Why? Well, we'll get into it in the update, but Chiron, this wound again, is meeting with Aries. They're in a conjunction. They're sitting right next to each other and in each other's personal space a little bit. So if you were taking the subway or something, this is like someone who is right up against you. But let's say we're familiar with them, we're friends. It's not a terrible feeling, but it's definitely going to dig into how you work with this moon's energy. And you don't want to miss this new moon in Taurus. This is future abundance. This is all that is going to steadily grow your wealth, happiness, and relationships. And the thing that is special as well about this new moon in Taurus is it's coming in the middle of a blue moon month where we have 2 full moons in a month. And the thing that is also incredible about this moon is it's a high point and it continues to get higher. We don't really have periods right now where we have 2 nice weeks going. When you were little and you go on a 2-week holiday, I feel like people don't go on 2-week holidays anymore, but that used to be the thing. Maybe you never did here, but in the UK, people would take a 2-week summer holiday and it was a big deal, 2 weeks off. That's what this feels like. It feels like a 2-week summer holiday. And there's going to be some high highs. There's going to be, maybe a whirlwind romance that breaks your heart a little bit, but leaves you more grown, more understood on the other side. That's what this 2 weeks is. And why would you miss that? Why would you miss that by holding on to these old wounds that aren't even true about you anymore? It is only you that doesn't believe that you're worth these things. This is a sunset period, right? For this Chiron in Aries. It will be out of the sign soon. It is on to its last moments, walking through the last degrees, the last points. It is possible to take this wound into your next story, but it's also completely possible to put it down So let me ask you this final thing before we get into the update. How often do you truly believe in yourself? Not 50%, not 70%, but 100%. 100% backing yourself. That is coming back to this best friend energy as well. How many times are you an unfaltering best friend to yourself? The next 3 weeks are golden treasure for our vision, full of eureka moments, serendipitous situations and circumstances, and a rare moon to open up whole new storylines and income streams. But if you are staring at your lap, head down, over-analyzing, you will miss Lady Luck. She is going to dance right past you this week with this new moon. Now, the thing that she's gifting you is vision. This is your first of 3 weeks to look the F up. Look up, please look up. To accept your vision and to become ready and a partner for it. Now, in the free community, I have a journal prompt for this week that is really, really going to help you work with this energy. Every week for the next 3 weeks, I have journal prompts and I have breathworks. So this week we have the Taurus new moon breathwork. Of course we do. Next week we have Gemini season. And then the week after that, we have the Sagittarius full moon. All of them are partners. They're all in the free community. And if you do them with the prompts, even deeper, even better. And you can record how you feel doing the journal prompts after the breath work. The beauty of doing breath work with these energies is it allows you to process and embody. So if you haven't quite accepted that vision, if you can't quite see it or feel it in your bones, do the breath work. Now, if you are really keen and want to go deeper, I am running a vision challenge over this period. I'm doing it while I'm meant to be resting, recovering from this operation. But I can't resist. When I see something and I'm like, oh God, this is just, I made this breathwork literally for this portal. This is a 2-week portal of vision, and I could be a completely different person at the end of it. And therefore, I want everyone in the community to be a completely different person. Well, why would you want to be different? Okay, let me just answer that. I am a work in progress. Are you? The whole reason why that beginning bit came about is because I was crying because something good happened to me, because I didn't quite believe that I deserved it, even though I'd done all the hard work, not just for that particular project, but for all of the projects that led up to it. I know that I could use walking through the vision portal, and of course recovering from an operation, it would be ideal to walk through. So 2 weeks of running a vision challenge. You can do Vision Light, which is just the Taurus new moon breathwork, and then the 7 days of vision. And they are short breathworks. They're just 10 minutes every day to lock in your vision frequency. Because if you know about me, I believe that every vision you have has an energy behind it. And as long as you live in that energy and commit to that energy, the vision will come about, or something better within that frequency will come in. Or you can do Vision Ironman, which is running the 7 days of vision twice. You start with the Taurus full moon, you do 2 weeks of vision, and then you end with the Sagittarius full moon. And of course, that is a moon sandwich of vision. And it is going to really program your nervous system into feeling and being ready for what's coming next. And I say this was last week on the pod, and in the energy update, I said that breakthroughs and breakdowns are often felt by the body as the same thing, or failure is felt in the same way that a breakthrough is. And that's the same thing as saying nervous energy is the same as excitement. They're just read differently. Excited energy in a dysregulated body is nervousness, anxiety. In a regulated body, nervous energy is excitement. 2 sides of the same coin. Same with this. Got to get your body, your nervous system, ready for the vision. Can't come in if you're not ready. Can't come in if you don't believe. This week's energy update is super special. It's called Funny You Should Ask. Your timing is perfect. Let's begin. This is the update for May 11 to May 17. It has been a hard first half of the year, after what was already a turbulent 2025. The next 2 weeks are why we kept going, why even in the toughest moments you didn't stop believing in yourself and in the good that could happen. When times are messy, emotional and challenging, we are forced to get real about what we want and what we can realistically carry. That kind of self-editing can be liberating, but if you have been on a long and lengthy renovation, it's only natural for your morale to be a little shaky. Mercury has been quite the busy bee of late. In the dating season, he has been a bit of a toy boy to the older planets, and it's fair to say he's had full attendance at the school of life. All of that has been quietly rewiring how we think, how we speak, and how we feel. Inside the bigger picture of what we are all moving through together. And the timing is perfect. Gemini season is coming. This is where our words find their homecoming. Expect a golden dash of full circle moments this Gemini season. This is because Gemini is about our two sides, the twins, and Mercury is her ruling planet. So our communication, ideas, and words are about to reach the place where they feel most secure to be at their fullest. The thing that hits a little different on Tuesday is that you find a lot of solace in the words you hear, not just the words you speak. On Tuesday, it's worth listening carefully and responding instead with acts of service. In return, small gestures of gratitude will flow back to you. By Wednesday, our dreams are starting to flow from the pillow into your real life. Messages come in signs, thick and fast, and by Sunday, well, your boys arrived. Pay attention here to any of those small signs. Angel numbers, license plates, door numbers, songs that come on in unexpectedly. These are all ways in which Mercury is talking to you. Mercury enters Gemini alive on Sunday, and this energy is truly driven by ideas you want to talk about and ideas you want to create. This is the moment where your vision is about to come alive. Whether you are more focused on your personal life or more focused on your professional, you are luckily in a moment where you have invested in you. And the wheels are turning slowly somewhere deep in the background. And all of those invisible pieces are going to start coming together. Because here you have the new moon, a moment to wish and plan for something you are creating. Now, when a new moon is in Taurus, the energy is not as much about the seed, but about the orchard. Not the one thing, but about the whole that could come from it. Why have one tree when you could have a whole forest? And of all the signs, Taurus wants you to show up and partner with him. He also asks you to trust. When you trust in this moon, he brings you more resources, more surprises, and more abundance than you think right now you should be allowed. That's the update for this week. I have told you a little bit about the practices. Of course, in the free side of the community, we have the energy collection right now. And this week's new drop is the Taurus new moon. Like I said, this is all about sustainable and long-term abundance, whether that's in health, wealth, happiness, relationships, slow, steady pursuit. And it's not even just a pursuit, like it's a given. It's an acknowledgement that you deserve this. So that's in and new and dropping this week. And if you want, we're going to be running the Vision Challenge, because when that full moon comes in Sagittarius, it is so gifted with abundance and wishes and all of the good things that you need to create a bridge between these two moons so that your vision, so that your manifestation, so that that special project is embodied not just as a little hope and wish, the tiny seed, but as a full-blown orchard within you before it can live in the real world. And if you do that, like if you program your breath to program your thoughts every day for 7 days, then expect the good things back to you. It's just a given. It really is just how energy moves. So I have an amazing set of closer looks, and you should definitely get into the paper version. It's up in the free community, and it has Tuesday and Thursday, which I really, really like. I think that Tuesday is a sextile, Mercury and Jupiter, and I think those are sexy dancers. My song reference for this, in fact, I should make every sextile that comes up have a song reference. It's Smooth Operator. It's just so perfect. It's so soulful and just a really lovely day. Thursday, we love, you should read about that. It is the Mercury cazimi. So I love a cazimi as well in terms of an aspect. It's when the planet looks like it's moving through the heart of the sun. So everything that's good about it gets amplified by the sun's energy. And also on that day is the moon's exaltation point. So that's when it's at its peaking at its highest and best. Now, the two I want to read to you are the new moon and the day after. Saturday, the 16th of May, is a new moon in Taurus, and Mars conjoins Chiron and a Master 22 day. So Saturday's new moon in Taurus has lovely, reliable energy, but true to the season that we are in, there is a counter energy running through the day. Meet Mars conjoins Chiron. Just like Mercury, Chiron has had a big storyline since its final cazimi in Aries on April 17th. That was a month ago when we got to see our wound around self-worth and value healed. How has that been for you? When good things have happened this last month, is there still a part of you that doesn't quite believe you deserve them? Today, Mars walks right up to the same Chiron and says, "Now, what are you going to do with that?" Mars is rarely gentle, but you can trust that he is always honest. And what he is asking you today isn't scary. It's actually a question you have been waiting for someone to ask. Are you allowed to want this? Yes, and you always have been. The seed you plant today goes into the ground that has already been turned over, already been prepared, already healed enough to hold something new and something big. And that is where the Master 22 day comes in. It's a builder's number. It's foundational. So this is no longer a wish. It's a blueprint. Plant real desires. Plant what you know you are worthy of. And if you want a little bit of clarity, let's say you're a little stuck, go down into the written update and do the prompts and do the breath work. Okay, Sunday. I love this day. How lucky are we that we've had 2 great Sundays in a row? Sunday, May the 17th, Mercury enters Gemini and conjoins Uranus. And just like that, your boys arrived. Mercury enters Gemini today, and he is alive with his ideas. He is ready to talk, create, and share. After weeks of slow, steady Taurus energy, the vision stops being something you are shy to talk about. Your vision wants to live. Those knots in your tummy are turning into butterflies. It's about time you feel back in love with your whole vibration. Your vibe has joined the chat and it's ready to have its say. Mercury meets Uranus here today as well. And on his very first day in Gemini, since Uranus is in early Gemini too, both of these planets are on the same page. Expect the unexpected to work out for you. A conversation, an idea, a connection that surprises you. Something about where your vision wants to go will feel bigger than you planned for. Let it. Because here is what I want you to notice about this moment. The Taurus new moon was yesterday. Wishing is a powerful kind of alchemy. The seed that must always be planted within you first, if it is to be strong enough to take hold in the real world. And today, yesterday's wish has already taken root, sprouted, got some wings, become a building. Not quite the finished outcome, but the soil, the sun, the rain, everything you need to turn the seed into a tree is here. You feel it, you know it, and finally you're believing. This is when the vision challenge begins. Starting on Sunday, for 7 days, you are going to do the one thing that changes everything. You are going to practice seeing your vision, seeing the tree grown, seeing the orchard whole, really believing in its energy, not hoping, not casually, just in case it might happen, seeing it, believing in your bones that it is not just possible in some future timeline, it is already here. This is about living in the frequency before it becomes your everyday. There are 2 ways to join the Vision Challenge. You can go light, runs just for 7 days, 17th to the 23rd, or Vision Ironman, which is 2 weeks. And that runs all the way until the 31st, until the Sagittarius full moon, a breathwork for every day. There are no coincidences. Literally, the universe asking you to pick this up. And as I always like to say with these things, and always like to remind you, as a way of dealing with anxiety, instead of all the ways in which it could go wrong, ask yourself, how good can it get? And all the ways in which it might just work out in your favor. Start the Vision Challenge, start the breathworks, and see. Thank you so much for being here. I love doing these updates. This was a slightly longer one than usual, but that's okay. And there's a lot to say. There was a lot to say about this moon, about the Vision Challenge, about like really working with this energy, about not missing the window. And that takes a little time to get out. The energy collection currently is in the free community. It's going to stay there while I'm going through this operation and recovering. The vision side is in the paid, but you do get a free trial. So if you're curious, go do it. This is one of these moments. Why are you waiting? How good can it get? Okay, I'll see you next week.